One.
Good evening, Sharks. Welcome to our town hall about coming to campus. I am Colleen Myers, principal at Cerra Vista, and we have with us tonight Tammy Ortiz, our assistant principal. And if you would like to view this presentation in Spanish, then please go to the description and click that link there. We have a lovely translator that will be translating our presentation. Okay, let's get started. So this is our presentation of our plan for coming to campus. And if you haven't already, then please check out our student welcome video that's on our website. And there's also bell schedule posted there, but you'll see the debut of Sharky Jr. with Sharky himself and showing you what campus will look like when you come to campus. All right, so let's get started. Our main priority is to ensure all students and staff are safe and well during this time, these last few weeks of school. And so we're going to go over a few things. We're going to welcome back campus safety, go over our schedules, roles and responsibilities, our student engagement plan, and how you can communicate with us. So again, if you haven't already, then please go to our YouTube video. It's posted on our website, and check out that fun little blurb that we made. Thank you for all those volunteers that helped us put that together. It just really shows you what gates will be coming in and what is required of students and whatnot. So it should be a lot of fun if you haven't seen it already. So we've taken a lot of precautions in campus safety, and we wanted to share that with you. So we have an on-campus protocol where every staff member completes a home questionnaire. This will be the same questionnaire that we're asking our families to complete every single day, and to ensure that we are not coming to campus with any symptoms or risking anybody else's health and safety. There is a temperature reader at each gate. We have 3 gates. There's the main gate, the P1 gate, and then we'll be using the B and C gate, which is over by the bicycle racks and the storage containers. That will be for the TK, kinder, and first graders to line up with their families, socially distanced, and walk through that gate there. Everybody will have their temperature read, either with a stand or a handheld, and they'll have a hand sanitizer station right there. Sanitize their hands and then go directly to their classroom. Everyone's going to be wearing a mask. Everyone's going to remain socially distanced. We're going to wash our hands often, and we're not going to share supplies or items. And we're going to stay within our classroom. We're only here for a really short time, so we want to make sure that we maximize that time together. So we're in our classroom and we're doing our activities and enjoying our time together. We have a lot of preventative measures that we have around campus. You'll see signage to remind everyone of social distancing to reduce the spread of germs. There will be hand sanitizing and wash stations throughout campus. And you'll see that in our little video as well. So not only will you have the opportunity to use the sanitizer, but then we also have water and soap to wash with also. And the teachers are going to encourage, and those that we're having escort students around campus are going to encourage that we wash hands going out and we wash hands before we come back in, just to make sure, or sanitize. There's been staff training on COVID-19 symptoms and protocols. And we've scheduled cleaning of high-touch surfaces throughout campus throughout the day. So you'll see our faithful custodian, Felipe, running around and cleaning high-touch surfaces such as doorknobs and gate exit bars and that sort of thing. Classrooms will operate to ensure social distancing and hygiene throughout the day. So there will be, while we won't have any recesses, I'm sure we're going to have lots of sanitizing breaks where we'll take turns washing hands in the classroom sink. And if your classroom doesn't have a sink, it'll have a station right outside the door to wash hands with. We're going to ensure social distancing throughout the day. So students will have a little dot or a marker to leave their desk at, so that they have space in between themselves and the teacher. Some teachers will have desk shields, the clear plastic desk shields, to utilize while working one-on-one at a kidney table or countertop. And let's see, the office will be open for general business. If you're now welcome to come in, but please be mindful of our mask requirement. We have hand sanitizer, and we'll also ask you to take your temperature before you come through the main gate. But you're more than welcome to come to the office for anything that you need. We're not inviting visitors onto campus. Only essential visitors will be allowed on campus for now. So if you have something to drop off for your student, then you're more than welcome to leave it. We'll have a table outside. You can leave that item on the table, and then we'll get that to the classroom. We have some schedules that we've communicated to families, and hopefully your teacher has reached out to you by now. We're going to have 2 groups come Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. The AM group is 7:50 to 10:05. And the PM group will be here from 11:55 to 2:10. The distance learning group will be determined by your teacher, and that will be shared with you as soon as they have that set. And then Wednesdays are online check-in for everyone. And teachers, there won't be any in-person, but teachers will be checking in with students to take attendance and answer questions and help with assignments if there's help is needed. So the distance learning, some classrooms only have an AM group, so you may expect that your distance learning time is a little bit longer than previously planned. That's okay. If not, then you'll see that teachers will have more small groups in the afternoon if they don't have a PM group. So not to worry, we'll have lots of learning going on as much as possible. All right. So then we have roles and responsibilities for staff and students. The staff is going to conduct that daily wellness assessment. They ask themselves those 5 questions, and they respond on a Google Sheet to me, and they're ready to go. They've been trained in COVID-19 symptoms and protocols. They'll be implementing social distancing, strategic seating, so that everyone will be facing forward. There won't be any group seating, and everybody will be appropriately distanced. We're going to have lots of hand washing and hygiene opportunities throughout each session. Staff is going to wear masks at all time. Some staff may elect to wear a face shield. Some staff may elect to wear gloves or a gown. So those are things that are available to our staff members upon request, and we want to make sure that that you know that we're doing our best to protect not only the students but the staff as well. We have dedicated hand sanitizer bottles and mask and PPE that is readily available to staff. So we are going to have a label decorating contest. Here's mine right here. I haven't even got started, but there's my name. So nobody else is going to use my hand sanitizer except for me. So that'll be coming. And then staff will practice and ensure social distancing among other staff members and students. So rest assured that we are keeping space from one another and not commingling and cross-pollinating each other's germs. So students and families, you also have roles and responsibilities. Students will complete a daily wellness check prior to coming to campus. And that's simply going to be asking yourself those 5 questions. There's no reporting process that we have. We're going to count on your honesty, and I'll show you those questions in the next slide. So to go along with that, students with a temperature of 100 or higher or presenting symptoms of COVID-19 will be denied admittance. If by chance we do have somebody that maybe they walked to school or they got dropped off and then suddenly are presenting symptoms, we will have an isolation room. That student will be kept in the isolation room, supervised. We'll contact the family and we'll coordinate a pickup. Okay, but please, parents, don't send your child to school if they have the sniffles or any of those symptoms of COVID-19. We want to make sure that they feel welcome and that we're all feeling safe. Students will also wear masks at all times, and the mask will be required by all staff to cover the nose and the mouth. Hand sanitizing and washing will be frequently expected to ensure hygiene throughout the session. Students can use their own dedicated classroom supplies stored in their personal learning system. So we're going to ask that either, and this may vary by teacher, but we're going to ask that you bring back your PLS, the bin that you got at the very beginning of school, so you can keep all your supplies in there so that they don't commingle with other students' supplies. Plus, when you watch our fabulous video, you'll see Ben, our custodian, will fog them at the end of each session so that the exterior is disinfected and ready for the next use. So like I said, some teachers may require you to bring that in. Some teachers may have a replacement. So make sure you connect with your teacher about that, okay? Along with that, you're gonna need to bring your Chromebook each day, fully charged, so that we can, although we don't anticipate too many activities that are on the Chromebook, there will be some English language arts and math activities that will require a device, and we don't want anybody to share a device. We want them to have their own. So that will be exciting to have their own space, maybe a little label decorating contest for that, for your PLS in the classroom as well. And I know like kindergarten is going to be checking out a toy. So the toy will also be kept in the PLS. So you'll want to make sure that you get that squared away. And then they can keep it safely in there with their own personal germs. Students will need to bring their Chromebook fully charged each day. We're also going to ask that you bring a spill-proof water bottle full from home so that you have that in, although we're not eating on campus, of course, we're going to need to hydrate. So bring a water bottle or 2, and so that you have that for use throughout the day, or throughout your 2 hours and 15 minutes. And then just know that classrooms will be closed to volunteers. We love, love, love our parents, but we're gonna say goodbye at the gate and make sure that we're keeping our campus as sterile as possible with just our kiddos' presence. I do want to jump back and say that I encourage families to find a mask that is comfortable. You can wear your own mask. We will provide a mask if your child comes to school without one. But for their comfort level and enjoyment, they may want to bring their own mask or have a backup in case they need it. Okay, so please feel free to provide your own mask. We have a few online at our brand new Cerra Vista swag store. That link has been shared. I can put it on the website also. But if you go to sublime.com, you'll see Cerra Vista store up there, and we've got some really fancy masks that you can purchase. And we also have some t-shirts and sweatshirts available. All right. So here's the 5 questions that you'll need to ask before sending your child to school. If you answer yes to any of these questions, please keep your child at home and call the school to report their absence. It's okay. We want to make sure that they are have a fast recovery, that they don't share in this way their illness or symptoms. So you're just going to ask if your student has experienced any symptoms in the last 48 hours. Has the student been in contact with anyone that you know had COVID-19 or COVID-like symptoms in the last 14 days? Has anyone in your household tested positive to COVID-19 in the last 10 days? Does your student have a temperature of 100 and greater? And then is anyone in your household being tested for COVID-19? And there's the symptoms down below. I'll let you read those. Okay, so that's going to be sent out to parents, so you can post that at the door before you walk out the door. You can ask yourself those things, and if you answer yes to any, just give us a call and say, well, looks like we got to stay home today. And then contact your teacher and just let them know too. So how are we going to do student engagement while we're here for 2 hours and 15 minutes? The in-person sessions are going to have a lot of social emotional activities. Like I said, there's going to be maybe some toy share, or not sharing, but description or detail sharing, and language arts. We're also going to be doing some math. There will be some small group, or most likely one-on-one, because of the size of or the distance that we need to maintain. The distance learning group will have daily instruction. We're going to take attendance. There's going to be asynchronous activities, and they will have small group throughout their day as well. The independent learning that both groups are going to experience will include many of those things that we already have: Footsteps to Brilliance, Accelerated Reader. We're going to continue with PE with Mr. Fullington. That is so exciting. And that schedule will probably change, because we've got, you can imagine, 24 different schedules going on right now. And so we're going to need him to reschedule, but we're going to continue. There will be SEL opportunities for the Sports for Learning videos and lessons. ST Math is coming, very exciting, and that's going to be an independent, it's like Footsteps to Brilliance, but for math, and it's totally independent. Once we get you started, you can do that, and it's really, really fabulous. And then there's going to be other teacher assigned apps that I'm sure that you've been using throughout the year that you're going to continue. So regardless, those things are going to remain the same. We're just going to continue doing the best that we can. And if you have any questions or concerns, your first point of contact is your teacher. Otherwise, you can contact us in the office. All righty. So that is that. We have my information here. If you need to contact me via email, please don't hesitate. We're here for you and your students. I noticed that Mrs. Ortiz had a couple phone calls. Feel free to call the phone number at the bottom of the screen there, and we can get those answered.
So I had two questions. The first question was, what can parents expect in terms of distance learning on the Wednesday?
Okay.
And so your teacher will give you your schedule. The expectation is that there will be 40 minutes of online learning like they've been doing all year. However, I know there are teachers that might want to do a little bit of small group, or might want to do a little bit of one-on-one, but that's up to the classroom teacher's discretion. But there will be 40 minutes of Google Meet in the Google Classroom going on. The second question was, a parent of a kindergartner was told that they won't be using their Chromebooks. And so I said, go with what your teacher tells you in terms of the Chromebook. Because like our kinders, you have to listen to what the teacher says, but the upper grades, let's bring the Chromebooks. Most likely they won't be using them very much though. And one other thing that is a question that I got earlier today, there will be small group interventions occurring like there have been all year, like with Mrs. Sakau, Miss Stacia, and Miss Jen. They will not start though, I believe until April 15th, next Thursday. We kind of want to experience this whole new.
Give us a minute. We'll get ourselves together.
Yes, we had, I think, I don't know, 70 some interventions going every day. And we really don't want to put that on you or the staff on the first few. But so if your child has been meeting for a little extra support here and there, that will continue, but just not immediately. And look to your teachers to get more information about their times.
Yep.
And that's
Absolutely. For those that may have difficulty accessing the video online, I just want to describe, put the primary parents at ease. We had several phone calls. It's kind of unnerving. I know myself as a parent would be unnerved to send my 5-year-old through a gate and I don't know where they're going and where, what's happening. So what we've done is I alluded to earlier that the TK, kinder and first graders are going to be lining up by the storage containers by the bike racks. That each teacher is going to have a dot. Starting at that dot will be a rope. And the rope will have a piece of tape every 6 feet. So parents, you can walk your child to the rope, tell them to hold on to the rope, and you can stay with them until they walk through the gate. If they have siblings, older siblings, the older siblings are more than welcome to stay with the younger students until they walk through the gate. So we'll, I know that was my number one, being a kindergarten teacher. I'm afraid I'm going to lose a kid, but if they just hold on to the rope, everything will be okay. They'll know where to go. They'll know, how far apart to stay, and we'll be all set. So I wanted to give you peace of mind that that is going to happen as well. We also want to encourage family units at dismissal time. If you have older students, we would encourage you to do some distance parking. Older students are, since we're only using the front 3 gates, the older students are probably, it's more appropriate for them to walk a little bit further to get to the cars so we don't have grouping and congestion. The younger ones, of course, we're going to expect that, if they're your only 5-year-old or 6-year-old, that you're going to want to be in line, but please stay in your car and we will bring the child to you so that we don't have any grouping and we can reduce the congestion. But certainly family units, if you have an older student, and they can collect the younger ones and then we'll send them on their way. Okay. Let's see, is there anything else, Mrs. Ortiz?
I think that covers all the information that we have. We are so excited to have our families back on campus. Well, the kids back on campus.
That's right. That's right. So we're hoping to make it a festive thing. We're hoping that the distance learning kids will have an equally enjoyable time with their peers, and just let us know if you have any questions or needs, and we'll be happy to get back with you. All righty. Thank you so much for attending. Watch that video, enjoy. Thank you to all those that volunteered their time and their stellar acting skills for our return to campus. Oh, I wonder if this is, oh, we're good. Thank you.